Students across Metro Atlanta are back in the classroom, and with fall just around the corner, the spread of viruses is likely a big concern for many families. But new numbers from the CDC show fewer children are getting vaccinated. Dr. Cecil Bennett with the Newnan Family Medicine is here to talk all about it. And Dr. Bennett, got to warn you that we are waiting on a press conference, so we may have to cut you off and go to that press conference. But I want you to hear this. The CDC says vaccination rates for kids in Georgia is about 86%. That's lower than the past 2 years and 5% lower than in the year 2019 and 2020, that school year. What are your thoughts about these numbers?
Well, let me say that, prior to COVID, the issue of vaccine skepticism was something that only resided with adults. I would have conversation with adults about getting their flu shots or pneumonia vaccine or a shingles vaccine. But during COVID and post-COVID, vaccine skepticism for children has increased dramatically, mainly because of this supposed association between MMR vaccine and autism. I'd like to just speak to that for a second, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, when we look at the numbers, children get vaccinated for MMR vaccine at ages 4 and 5, and we diagnose autism at age 4 and 5. So people will say, there's a smoking gun. We vaccinate our children with MMR vaccine and they get autism. That's not the case. What we're discussing today is the fact that the rates of vaccination among children for MMR has decreased from 94% down to about 86% in the last 10 years. At the same time, the rate of autism diagnoses in the state of Georgia has gone up exponentially over the last 10 years. So clearly, vaccinations are not a cause of autism.
Talk to us about the impacts of not getting your child vaccinated.
But here's the risk. We're risking the lives of children. Folks need to go back and Google polio and the crippling effects polio had on children until we started vaccinating against polio. And since that time, polio has been eradicated from the United States of America. There's no doubt about the safety and efficacy of vaccine in this country.
Mm-hmm. Some of these illnesses, you don't just get sick and just get better, right? There's long-term effects, right?
Well, that's what we're trying to avoid. Measles can kill. Before measles vaccine existed in 1963, 2.5 million children died around the world of measles. Since vaccination, the CDC says that number has decreased to less than or around 100,000. Again, no doubt about the effectiveness of vaccine and that they save lives.
Is it a high concern that the vaccination rates are lowering?
It's very important that children get vaccinated. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why we unnecessarily harm our children. Vaccines have proven to be safe over the centuries. I can understand about adults being skeptical about getting a flu shot, but there's no doubt about the vaccination of our children. When we don't vaccinate our children, we're making it unsafe for them and we risk complications. And unfortunately, some children die because they're not vaccinated.
Is there one particular illness or disease that you're concerned about at this particular time with kids not getting vaccinated?
Well, again, I think across the board, MMR, measles, mumps, rubella vaccine is absolutely critical to make sure that children do not get measles. Google the effects of measles. Google rubella and what happens when children get rubella. All people, it's like out of sight, out of mind. I don't see it, so basically it doesn't exist. Folks need to go back and do their research.
Doc,
children with smallpox.
I hate to cut you off right now, Doc, but we're going to have to